HIV and acquired immunodeficiency syndrome AIDS Prevention and Control Act 2017. This act was passed in April 2017 for prohibition of discrimination, informed consent, non-disclosure of HIV status, antiretroviral therapy, and opportunistic infection management, protection of property of affected children, safe working environment, and appointment of ombudsman in every state. The main provision of the Act are prohibition of discrimination. No person shall discriminate against the infected person on any ground, namely the denial or termination from employment or occupation, unless assessed by a qualified and independent healthcare provider competent to do so, that such a person possesses a significant risk of transmission of HIV to other person in the workplace, or is unfit to perform the duties of the job, unfair treatment in employment or occupation. The denial and discontinuation, unfair treatment in health services, education establishment, access to or use of any goods or accommodation, service, facility, benefit, privilege, or opportunity dedicated to the use of the general public. Right of movement, right to reside, purchase, rent, or otherwise occupy any property, stand for or hold a public or private office, provision of insurance, the denial of access to, removal from, or unfair treatment in government or private establishment in whose care or custody a person may be, the isolation or segregation of a protected person, HIV testing are as a prerequisite for obtaining employment or accessing healthcare services or education, or the continuation of the same. Informed consent for undertaking HIV test or treatment. No HIV test shall be undertaken or performed upon any person, or no infected person shall be subjected to medical treatment, medical intervention, or research except with the informed consent of such a person or his or her representative. Informed consent for HIV test shall include pre-test and post-test counseling to the person being tested or such a person representative. The informed consent for conducting an HIV test shall not require when a court determines by an order that the carrying out of the HIV test of any person, either as part of a medical examination or otherwise, is necessary for the determination of issues in the matter before it, for procuring, processing, distribution, or use of a human body or any part, therefore including tissues, blood, semen, or other body fluid, for use in medical research or therapy, but the test report will not be shared with the donor. For epidemiological or surveillance purposes, where the HIV test is anonymous and is not for the purpose of determining the HIV status of a person, for screening purpose in any licensed blood bank. Disclosure of HIV status. No person shall be compelled to disclose his HIV status except by an order of the court that the disclosure of such information is necessary in the interest of justice. Also, no person shall disclose or compelled to disclose the HIV status of other person except with the informed consent of the other person or his representative. The informed consent for disclosure of HIV-related information is not required where the disclosure is made by a healthcare provider to another healthcare provider who is involved in the care, treatment, or counseling of such a person, when such a disclosure is necessary to provide care or treatment of that to that person. Disclosure of HIV positive status to partner of HIV positive person. A healthcare provider may disclose the HIV positive status of a person after informing the person under his direct care to his her or a partner. If such a healthcare provider reasonably believes that the partner is at a significant risk of transmission of HIV from such a person who, in spite of being counseled, has not informed such a partner, such a disclosure should be made in person after counseling, provided that such a healthcare provider shall have no obligation to identify or locate the partner of an HIV positive person. The healthcare provider shall not be liable for any criminal or civil action for any disclosure or non-disclosure of confidential HIV-related information made to a partner. Duty to prevent the transmission of HIV. Every person who is HIV positive has been counseled in accordance with the guidelines issued or is aware of the nature of the HIV and its transmission shall take all reasonable precaution to prevent the transmission of HIV to other person. Confidentiality of data. Every establishment keeping the record of HIV-related information shall adopt data protection measures in accordance with the guidelines. Women and children infected with HIV or AIDS, the central or state government shall take measures to counsel and provide information regarding the outcome of pregnancy and HIV-related treatment to the HIV-infected person. No HIV-positive woman who is pregnant shall be subjected to sterilization or abortion without obtaining her informed consent. Appointment of Ombudsman. Every state government shall appoint one or more Ombudsman to inquire into the violation of the provision of this Act in relation to acts of discrimination and providing of healthcare service by any person. Right of residence. Every protected person shall have the right to reside in the shared household, the right to not to be excluded from the shared household or any part of it, and right to enjoy and use the facilities of such shared household in a non-discriminatory manner. Recognition of guardianship of older sibling. A person below the age of the 18, not below the 12 years, who has sufficiently maturity of understanding and who is managing the affairs of the family affected by HIV or AIDS, shall be competent to act as a guardian of other siblings below the age of 18 years of the following purposes: admission to education establishment, care and protection, treatment, operating bank account, managing property. Any other purposes that may be required to discharge his duties as a guardian. Thank you.